A new Quinnipiac poll out today finds that Senator Clinton is leading Barack Obama by 7 points in Pennsylvania, 51% to 44%. Senator Clinton is down 1 point from last week, but Senator Obama remains unchanged. And a new Rasmussen telephone survey taken late Sunday finds that 49% of Pennsylvanians will vote for Senator Clinton, 44% for Senator Barack Obama. So can we trust these polls, or is Pennsylvania any candidate's game? Joining us now, Democratic pollster Doug Schoen and Republican pollster Kellyanne Conway. She was up by huge numbers. You add to that this bitter comment, bitter Pennsylvania, people clinging to their guns and their religion with antipathy towards other people. This is the state she's got to win by 20. Right?
Well, she should have. At one time, she was up 18, 20 points, and then I guess she didn't wear very well on the campaign trail. Barack Obama has had the worst 2 or 3 weeks of his campaign.
6 weeks, really.
Easily, Sean. And again, if she's banking on not so much her strength, her ability to make the math work, but on Barack Obama continuing to misstep, he's had some doozies the last couple of weeks, as have the people around him, and yet she's only barely at 50% or 51%. I think for her, though, why would she get out of the race? You know, she's waiting for him to just implode or continue to do these awful things. She'll stay in the race, so all these calls for her to get out at a certain margin are ridiculous.
But you know something, it goes back to the fundamentals from the beginning. 51% disapproval rating starting out in this campaign. The 60-some-odd% of people don't find her honest and trustworthy, Doug. I mean, it's in spite of all these missteps by Obama. And I got to tell you, the narrative on him has changed. Nobody's fainting anymore. The narrative's changed dramatically.
Well,
she can't pull it out.
A couple of things. She's been outspent 2.5 or 3 to 1. That tightened the race. No, it did.
Okay, true.
It did. The other thing that's happened, and we were talking about this a second ago, she has not made the case, as you have, that Barack Obama has severe questions. And as she has made that case in the waning days of this primary, her numbers have creeped back up.
But I got to tell you something. This is frightening to me, that if you have Bill Ayers, the San Francisco statement that Barack Obama made, Michelle Obama's statement, Reverend Wright, connections to Louis Farrakhan, going to the Million Man March, I'm thinking, why is Sean Hannity doing a better job? And I mean this sincerely, in exposing, you know, some weaknesses, I think, for Barack Obama than Hillary Clinton's campaign.
Here's the issue. Democratic primary voters and superdelegates are sensitive to the kind of issues you're raising. I think they're legitimate. Most Democratic primary voters think they're legitimate. But a lot of Democratic elites have questions. She's been hesitant.
It's going to hurt in the general.
It's going to hurt in the general.
Absolutely.
Big time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to hurt in the general. And I think this really exposes what the hard left is all about right now, because Hillary won't go there necessarily. Because they're playing to the same extremism. I mean, neither one of them is a populist. My God, this is a woman who doesn't drive herself anywhere, put on her own makeup, choose her own laundry.
She's got MoveOn.org mad at her, and Michael Moore called her disgusting.
But Sean, back to what you said, I think the most, I'm sorry, Doug, I think the most important polling statistic around these days is last week's ABC Washington Post poll, which said 30% of America trust her. If 30% of America trust you, 52% of them don't vote for you.
Sean, in hard-headed political terms, when you develop high negatives, you have to drive the other candidates' negatives up to the same level. Otherwise, you don't win by the margins you need. She has yet to do that to the point that's necessary to win the kind of margin she needs to get back in the race.
With all the stuff that's been thrown at Obama and the narrative that Sean's been talking about that wound up with Stephanopoulos, and now McCain mentioned it this week on the Sunday morning shows, the Gallup Daily has Obama regaining the lead over Clinton, 49-42 in Pennsylvania. Obama taking a 7-point lead nationally. So it doesn't seem to be hurting Obama at this point, at least among Democrats, and nationally he's got a lead of 7 points. So how is that hurting him?
But Alan, why hasn't he been able to close the deal? I mean, this man has won.
He's got a strong candidate against him.
Well,
they've got two strong candidates.
He doesn't, because if you compare it to the $41 million he has on hand to spend, it really is amazing to me that he hasn't been able to just completely decimate or put her out of this race. And that, I think, is why Clinton stays in. I think she sees, first of all, she's like that movie Carrie. You know, she's buried, and then the hand comes out of the grave. She's got to pull everyone down with her.
You know, Kellyanne, and you know, she's going to grab you and pull you down with her.
Surprisingly, I have a different view. I think traditional...
Bring some sanity to the conversation.
Absolutely. Traditional Democratic voters working class primary voters basically see that Hillary Clinton offers more hope in terms of the hardcore economic challenges we face.
Healthcare. They can't even hear you. Go ahead. Just talk. Go ahead.
Right. And on foreign policy, when she ran the 3 a.m. ad, people respond. My point is, you run negative ads that question Barack Obama or compare Hillary's credentials to his, she benefits, and that's why I think she's in the race.
3 a.m. The only person who would answer the phone at 3 a.m. is my doctor or a good plumber. I mean, these ads really
As
have...
opposed to the Bush administration where it goes to voicemail.
Yeah.
But look,
At least someone's going to answer the phone.
But Alan, the election's not even about Bush right now. It's not even about McCain. That's really the
Well, it's going to be. Hold on. It's going to be about McCain, and it's when it is about McCain. Excuse me, Kelly, and I know you'd rather look that way. It's safer. But when it is about McCain, it's going to be harder for you Republicans to get your point.
And Alan, it's going to be about George Bush too, and with the 70% disapproval he has on the economy. Kellyanne, yeah, he is, because ultimately it's the third George Bush term in John McCain.
Hold on, guys, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with more. Hold on, calm down. Decaf.